guys, welcome back. You're still watching Bazaar Morning Call. This morning, the Asian markets are sitting pretty on the back of Wall Street gains. So markets like Japan are up about 0.3%. Wall Street had a stunning move as well. And for our own markets, you know the drill. We're just about 20 points away from those all-time highs. Let's see whether that happens today. The SGX Nifty should also come up for you. We'll get an indication of how things will start. Absolutely flat for now. So perhaps patience could be the virtue for today. But our research team is here to give you the list of top 10 stocks as we head into trade this morning. Let's welcome our entire team bright and early. Hi guys. Anuj, what are you looking at?
Sonia, a couple of one mid-cap, one large-cap. Torrent Power. Now, power as a sector has seen renewed buying interest. It's clearly visible over the last few days. Torrent is in a strong uptrend, and it took support at 20-day moving average and bounced back yesterday with high delivery buying. And fundamentally also, it's among the better-run power companies. So that's something to watch out for. And my sense is Mahindra & Mahindra is likely to go through some more de-rating now. It's easily the worst of the auto sales numbers, whether you look at tractors, you look at automotive sales numbers. And the worst part is that market share loss to escorts is continuing. So, there's a good chance that perhaps it makes a move closer to its 52-week lows because there's no visibility as well in the near term. There's one thing of bad sales. The other is, if at least in the near term there's some visibility. That also does not look quite good right now. So that could be the stock under pressure today.
Okay, which takes us straight away to Sonia and all the other auto stocks you should watch.
Well, yes, Mahindra & Mahindra will have Hero MotoCorp because that's been the worst of the lot in the two-wheeler space. 20% lower sales this month at 5.81 lakh units, lower than estimates as well. The management says that sales were lower because of a conscious effort to reduce inventory. This is something we know. But, the fiscal year has ended with just a low single-digit growth. Hero MotoCorp for the last at least 5 years has been doing 15 to 20% growth, but FY19 has ended with just a 2.8% growth for Hero MotoCorp. So that's been the disappointment there. TVS Motor, the weakness continues, but the numbers are better than street estimates. So perhaps the stock could, buck the falling trend. Reported sales were down 0.3%, but better than street estimates at 3.25 lakhs. Nomura's expectations were about 3.18 lakhs, so keep that in mind. But dismal, scooter sales saw a decline, motorcycle sales were up just 5%. Nothing great to write home about. The stock that I'll be more keenly watching is Eicher Motors, not only because Royal Enfield sales were very disappointing, the sales were down 20% this time around, but more importantly because Vinod Dasari from Ashok Leyland has now taken over as CEO of Royal Enfield for a period of 5 years. He has taken over from Siddharth Lal. Siddharth Lal has put out a statement where he says he gives up full executive responsibility at Royal Enfield so that the line of responsibility and command is clear. He says that now the company needs to be run very differently, and although he has enjoyed being at the helm of Royal Enfield, he can serve Royal Enfield better by playing a role that is different from CEO. Now, there are people who look at this differently. A lot of people believe that in the medium term, this is a big positive because the business environment is very bad, and now Siddharth Lal has got a very strong deputy in Vinod Dasari. People say that Dasari, of course, has displayed his capabilities in operational areas like engineering, purchase, production, distribution, which is the need of the hour. So in the medium term, it is a big positive to get Dasari on board.
But long story short, will the stock be red or green today? Will it fall because of the sales? Will it rise because of Dasari?
So as I said, in the near term, it could be weak because the sales are bad. But in the medium term, it's a positive because now Royal Enfield will be run as a professional run company, which is being taken positively.
Which will be very positive, of course.
But Siddharth Lal himself was a professional who really took his, Eicher Motors from 800 crore market cap to 80,000 crore market cap. So I think the jury is out, and Vinod Dasari has no experience in two-wheelers. He has a lot of experience in CVs. So let us see. Let's wait for the market's reaction actually on this one. But Ekta, why are you watching out for Cipla?
Well, positive news, a long-term positive which came out last evening. The company has signed a deal with a US company, Pulmatrix, which is basically for on the drug development or a drug which is under development at this point in time. It is an inhaler drug. It is currently in phase 2, and the deal is for co-development and licensing. The upfront amount which is paid by Cipla is around $22 million. However, a definitive or final agreement is based or contingent upon the company Pulmatrix raising additional funds from the market. So while it is positive news at this point in time, it is more of a long-term positive. So maybe there could just be a sentiment green on Cipla on account of this today.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. But by far, much more than just sentiment will be the impact on Zee. Nimesh, tell us all.
So, Lata, last night there was a surprise disclosure on the exchanges that the promoters of Zee Entertainment have sold close to 76 lakh shares on April 1st. Now, to me, it looks like it's the lenders who've sold these shares before the 31st of March closure. It will be seen as negative clearly at the time when, the promoters are largely engaging with some of the larger potential investors like Sony and Comcast to sell a strategic stake. So, at the time when the promoters are engaging into a stake sale, lenders come out and sell 76 lakh shares will be seen as a bit negative for the stock in today's trade for sure. Also, the fact that of the total promoter holding of close to 40%, almost 60% is pledged with the lenders. And in the last meeting, what I understand from lenders, lenders were a bit disappointed to the fact that the promoters are not communicating clearly to the lenders as to at what stage the stake sale is. So today's last night announcement of 76 lakh shares sold will be seen negative, and the stock will react negatively for sure, at least in the morning trade.
Okay, well...
more and more reasons why the market may not touch all-time highs.
All right, well, in the last 1 month, the stock is down almost about 12% or so, so it has been a bit subdued. But Coal India will also be on our radar this morning. Nigel is here to tell us why. Nigel?
Well, very good operational numbers coming in from Coal India, Sonia. In fact, in the month of March, in terms of production, they've clocked a number of more than 79 million tons. That's a record in itself in a single month. Also, in terms of sales, out there as well, we have a growth of around 7.8% approximately. They've clocked in a number closer towards 60 million tons in a single month. That as well looked very, very good. And for the year on the whole, they have come up with a production number of close to around 607 million tons. At the start of the year, an MOU was signed for a number of around 610 million tons. Short point, the numbers are very, very good. And not just production, even dispatches look good because the railways, they have been giving them more railway rakes, and that's what supported the dispatches as well. The stock will open up in the green.
All right. Thanks a lot for that. Some green is always welcome. But, Nigel, when the core sector numbers came, the power sector did very badly, and then therefore I thought coal is the culprit, but clearly it's not. Okay, Godrej Properties disclosed its sales numbers. How did they look, Mangala?
They looked very good, Lata. I bring you good news because while cars aren't selling, tractors aren't selling, bikes aren't selling, what's selling? Homes. Godrej Properties in the fourth quarter sold 2,900 homes for a value of close to 2,100 crores, which according to the company is its best quarterly sales ever. In fact, in Q2 FY16 is when they did about 1,960 crores worth sales. In Q4 FY19 so far, they've done 2,100 crores of sales. Add to that, the management commentary was positive. They said they're excited to build on this momentum and deliver yet another record-breaking year in FY20. So positive sentiment coming in. The stock should open in the green. However, keep in mind that barring Sunteck Realty, which is a smaller market cap, Godrej Properties has been the outperformer in the sector, up 25% this year.
All right, Mangalam, thanks a lot for that. Well, Sonal normally covers real estate. Mangalam filling in for her, and no surprise, his knowledge of real estate has gone up quite a bit over the last few days. But Lata, crude's higher today.
Yes, I mean, it can affect in many ways. More than crude companies themselves, rather oil refining companies. I would assume the immediate reaction is on paint companies. But more importantly, as we just discussed, the bond markets are opening after a gap of 2 or 3 days. So higher crude, higher market borrowing, weaker rupee because of the stronger dollar, all are inflationary or at least bond negative. So therefore, it might be a little negative for PSU banks. We could see some profit taking.
Okay, I'm also going to watch out for Tata Motors today because they did report their domestic sales numbers post-market hours yesterday, and they look pretty weak. The domestic sales are down by 1% at 68,709 units. But more importantly, the medium and heavy commercial vehicle sales segment has seen a fall of 9%. And the management commentary is very weak. They say that cargo truck sales continue to be sluggish because of implementation of the revised axle load norms. Sales in March have been impacted by the low market sentiment. A lot of purchases have been deferred because of election season, and liquidity crisis, slowing economy and the lag effect of the revised axle load norms will continue to impact sales going ahead.
Okay, not looking good. All right, Cyient has some problems of its own, Rima.
Yes, they've issued a warning alert or an earnings warning for Q4, where they say we should expect a much weaker Q4 because one of the large orders in design-led manufacturing, which is about 10 to 15% of their overall revenues, has gotten deferred. The size of that order was $5 million on account of regulatory clearances. So the DLM business is going to be materially lower this quarter compared to the prior quarter. Even the rest of the business, which is about 88% of their overall revenue, or the services business, that is also expected to report just a muted growth of 1 to 2% on account of deferral of orders in communication and aerospace. So net, the company, it looks like it will not be able to meet its FY19 guidance of 8.5 to 9.5%. And remember, the company had started the year guiding for a double-digit growth. That was slashed further, and now it looks like they're going to miss the full year guidance again. Back to you.
All right, Rima, thanks a lot for that. So that's a lot of stocks to watch out for.
Plenty actually today. So in case you missed out on any, let's do a quick recap. Stocks with positive news flow today. You have Torrent Power, Cipla, Coal India, Godrej Properties, metal stocks like Tata Steel and Vedanta. While stocks with negative news flow this morning, you have M&M, Hero MotoCorp, Eicher Motors, Tata Motors, Z Entertainment, Cyient, paint companies like Asian Paints, Berger Paints because of the way crude has been moving, as well as the Nifty PSU Bank Index.
I think today you should see a positive on metal index and IT index and a negative on bank. What banks take it away, I think IT and metals should give back. I mean, it looks positive. Okay, anyway, we'll have our technical experts to tell us all that. So we're going to take a break and come back with all our three experts, Ashwini, Sudarshan and Mitesh, to tell us what charts they'll watch.